In the calm of morning light, we rise to meet our fate. With steadfast hearts and minds, we face what life dictates. The Stoic's path, a guide to weather storms and strife. In Epictetus' words, we find the key to life. Have you ever felt like you were caught in a spiral of negative emotions? Or that the pressures of daily life caused you to lose balance? Do you want to find a method to maintain your spirit and overcome all challenges with calm and confidence? Imagine you are standing in front of a fierce storm with strong winds and pouring rain. Each drop of rain is like life's challenges. Each wind is like heavy pressure. However, you still stand firmly, motionless like a majestic mountain, challenging all storms. That is the magical power of Stoicism that Epictetus passed down thousands of years ago. These principles are not just dry theories, but practical living guidelines that help us find peace and strength within each of us. Morgan believes that, with these 6 Stoic principles, you will be able to live a happier and stronger life. Do you want to know how to stay calm in the face of adversity, or how to turn negative thoughts into positive ones? Join Morgan on this journey so that every day we become better and stronger. If you have any questions or thoughts on this topic, don't hesitate to comment below. Morgan looks forward to hearing your opinions and sharing valuable experiences. Start this journey with Morgan, and you will see that nothing can affect you anymore. Before we dive in, I want to ask you a small favor. Like this video, subscribe to our channel to become part of our amazing community, and leave a comment saying, "I am resilient." This comment will be our mantra as we explore each principle, helping to strengthen our resolve to handle these situations wisely and with strength. So please comment, because this helps YouTube realize that more people like you need to hear this advice. Are you ready to make a change? Let's go. Together, we will explore one of the most important principles of Stoicism. Number 1. Understand the nature of pain. Have you ever wondered why some people can overcome terrible adversity and still remain calm and happy? Their secret lies in understanding and accepting pain, not letting it control their lives. Like Steve Jobs, who faced many failures and serious illnesses, but continued to create groundbreaking products and change the world. Meanwhile, there are others who are easily overcome by small failures. What makes this difference? That is how they understand and handle pain. Epictetus, a famous Stoic philosopher, once said, "It is not things that make us suffer, but how we judge them." Morgan believes that, in order to not be affected by pain, we first need to understand its nature. Pain, whether physical or emotional, is just signals from the body and mind that something is wrong. It is not an enemy, but a teacher. If we know how to listen and learn from it, pain will become a source of inspiration and motivation for us to grow. To understand better, let's analyze pain in more depth with Morgan. Pain can be divided into 2 main types: physical pain and mental pain. Physical pain often comes from injury or illness, while emotional pain often comes from negative emotions such as sadness, anxiety, or frustration. Regardless of the type, both can be controlled if we know how to handle them. One of the best ways to understand and manage pain is to look at it objectively. Instead of letting emotions take over, try to analyze and find the root cause of the pain. Epictetus once said, "Wise people do not lament the pain they endure, but turn it into a valuable lesson." Ask yourself, why do I feel pain? What caused this feeling? What can I do to change my situation or perspective? Morgan also encourages you to practice accepting pain as a natural part of life. When we accept that pain is inevitable, we will no longer fear or resist it. Instead, we will learn to live with and even get along with it. This does not mean that we have to endure pain pointlessly, but that we know how to turn it into motivation for growth. Morgan knows that this is not easy and that each person will have a different experience with pain. However, remember that pain only affects you if you allow it. Focus on what you can control and let go of what you cannot change. This will help you stay calm and strong in the face of all life's challenges. What kind of pain have you experienced? What did you learn from those experiences? Please share your story in the comments section below. Morgan believes that each story will be a valuable lesson for all of us. Understanding the nature of pain is the first step for us to find peace and balance in life. Once we realize that pain is only temporary and we can learn from it, we will no longer be afraid of challenges. This helps us become stronger, ready to face all hardships. And this is also the time we need to develop another important element. Once you know how to accept and handle pain, the next step is to train your mind to become steadfast and unmoved by any difficulties. A strong mentality not only helps us stand firm in the face of life's storms, but is also the foundation for us to build a happy and successful life. Join Morgan to discover how to develop a strong mentality, so that every day is a day we move forward stronger. Number 2, develop mental fortitude. Did you know that 90% of successful people experienced failures and seemingly insurmountable difficulties? Even billionaires like Elon Musk have faced terrible challenges in their lives. What helped them overcome it all and achieve great success? That is the power of a strong mentality. Morgan believes that to be able to face all challenges in life without being affected, developing a strong mentality is extremely important. Epictetus, one of the famous Stoic philosophers, said, "It's not what happens to you that matters, but how you react to it." This means that no matter what life brings to you, it is how you cope and react that determines your strength and resilience. Developing a strong mentality not only helps you overcome current challenges, but also prepares you for a future that is not afraid of difficulties. To do this, we first need to accept that life is difficult and inevitable. Accepting and facing difficulties helps us not be surprised and be ready to deal with any situation. Morgan wants to share with you a personal experience. There were times in Morgan's life when, faced with failure and the feeling of being stuck, Morgan wondered how he could get up and continue moving forward. That's when Morgan realized that, instead of fear and avoidance, accepting and finding solutions is the key. This not only helps Morgan overcome difficulties, but also helps Morgan become more mature and stronger. So how to develop a strong mentality? First of all, practice patience and self-discipline. When you face difficulties, remember that everything takes time to resolve. Don't rush or get discouraged when things don't go as expected. Instead, Keep faith and keep trying. Epictetus once said, "Do not seek easy comfort, but seek the strength to overcome trials." Morgan also recommends practicing focusing on the things you can control and letting go of the things you can't change. This helps you stay calm and not get caught up in unnecessary worries. Ask yourself, what is it about this situation that I can change? What is beyond my control? This clear distinction will help you focus your energy on meaningful things and avoid wasting time on useless things. Another way to develop psychological resilience is to practice gratitude. Take time every day to think about the things you are grateful for, no matter how small. Not only will this help you have a more positive outlook on life, but it will also help you feel strong and ready to face any challenge. Finally, Morgan wants to emphasize that developing a strong mentality is a long process and requires patience. Don't get discouraged when you encounter difficulties. Remember that every small step contributes to your growth. Morgan hopes that these shares will help you feel more confident and ready to face any challenges in life. What do you think about develop mental fortitude? What challenges have you encountered and how did you overcome them? Please share your story in the comments section below. When we have developed a strong mentality, this helps us stand firm against all the storms of life. But to truly become invincible, we need to learn to see adversity not just as challenges to overcome, but also as valuable opportunities to learn and grow. Because when we are grateful for difficulties, we turn them into invaluable lessons. Let's move on to the third principle with Morgan. This is the key for you to look at life more positively and take advantage of every challenge to develop yourself. Number 3. Be grateful for adversity. Have you ever witnessed marathon runners who can overcome dozens of kilometers with extreme pain and fatigue to reach the finish line? Their secret lies not only in their physical endurance, but also in their spirit of gratitude for the difficulties that have trained them. Join Morgan to discover why being grateful for adversity can transform you into a better version of yourself. Morgan believes that adversity is not the enemy, but the best teacher. Epictetus, a prominent Stoic philosopher, once said, "Life's difficulties are exercises for the mind, helping us become stronger." When we face difficulties, we not only learn how to overcome them, but also train our psychology and will. Being grateful for adversity does not mean we wish to encounter difficulties, but that we see them as opportunities for growth. Imagine your life as a marathon. Every step, every pain, every drop of sweat is a valuable lesson. Only when we are grateful for those difficult steps can we perfect our skills and endurance to reach the finish line. Morgan wants to share with you the story of a famous athlete, Michael Jordan. There was a time in Jordan's career when he encountered many challenges. From not being selected for his high school basketball team to losing in important matches, everything seemed to be against him. But instead of being discouraged, Jordan learned to see those difficulties as opportunities to learn. And surprisingly, those difficulties helped Jordan become more resilient, stronger, and more confident in his abilities. Being grateful for adversity also helps us change our outlook on life. Instead of feeling that life is unfair, we will realize that each challenge brings a valuable lesson. This not only helps us keep our spirits up, but also creates a more positive attitude towards life. Morgan recalls the saying of Seneca, another Stoic philosopher: "There are no such favorable conditions that make a man strong as adversity." So, how to practice adversity gratitude? First of all, change your perspective. Every time you face difficulty, ask yourself, what is this teaching me? How can I learn and grow from this situation? Seeing difficulties as lessons will help you feel grateful and no longer afraid of them. Morgan also advises you to practice documenting what you've learned from adversity. Take time every day to reflect on the challenges you've overcome and the lessons you've learned. This not only helps you have a clearer view of your development, but also helps you realize that every difficulty brings extremely valuable values. Finally, Morgan wants to emphasize that being grateful for adversity is a long journey and requires patience. Don't be discouraged when you encounter difficulties. Remember that every small step contributes to your growth. Morgan hopes that these shares will help you feel more confident and ready to face any challenges in life. What do you think about be grateful for adversity? What adversities have you encountered and how did you overcome them? When you learn to be grateful for difficulties, you not only practice resilience, but also create a positive attitude towards life. However, in your journey to overcome adversity, you also need to practice compassion for yourself, because being too strict with yourself when you encounter difficulties can make you tired and lose confidence. Let's explore the next principle with Morgan. This will help you not only be steadfast in the face of all challenges, but also know how to care for and love yourself, creating a more balanced and happier life. Number 4, practice self-compassion. Many doctors around the world, despite facing heavy pressures and responsibilities every day, still maintain their composure and passion for their work. Their secret lies not only in their medical knowledge and skills, but also in their ability to self-compassion and self-care. Join Morgan to learn why self-compassion is so important and how to practice it in everyday life. To live a happy and fulfilling life, we need to learn how to treat ourselves well, especially when we encounter mistakes or failures. Epictetus, one of the great Stoic philosophers, once said, "Never say about yourself what you wouldn't want others to say about you." This means we need to treat ourselves with respect and compassion, the same way we expect from others. Practicing self-compassion is not easy, especially when we live in a society that values perfection and success. We often easily blame ourselves when things don't go our way or feel like we're not good enough. But remember, no one is perfect, and we all stumble from time to time. It's important that we know how to get up and keep moving forward with self-compassion and self-love. Morgan wants to share a real story. Dr. Elizabeth Kubler-Ross, a famous psychologist, once said that self-compassion was the key factor that helped her overcome the most difficult times in her life and career. She had to face many pressures, from taking care of patients to facing criticism from society. However, it was compassion for herself that helped her maintain faith and continue to dedicate herself to her work. So how to practice self-compassion? First of all, learn to accept that mistakes and failures are a natural part of life. When you're having trouble, remind yourself that you're human and have the right to make mistakes. Instead of blaming yourself, ask yourself, What can I learn from this situation? How can I improve and grow? Another way to practice self-compassion is to take care of yourself holistically. This includes maintaining physical health by eating a healthy diet, exercising regularly, and getting enough sleep. Also, take time to relax and do things you love that help you feel comfortable and happy. Morgan also recommends practicing journaling. Record your thoughts and feelings every day, especially when you feel stressed or sad. Not only will this help you release your emotions, but it will also help you see more clearly about yourself and what you have achieved. Finally, remember that self-compassion is a long journey and requires patience. Don't get discouraged when you feel difficult. Remember that every small step contributes to your growth. Morgan hopes that these shares will help you feel more confident and ready to face any challenges in life. What do you think about this topic? How have you practiced self-compassion? Practicing self-compassion not only helps us reduce stress and tension, but also opens the door to growth and positive change. But to maintain that positivity, we need to go a step further. Self-compassion will be a solid foundation for us to gently acknowledge negative thoughts, thereby turning them into opportunities to grow and develop. Let's explore with Morgan the next principle: converting negative thoughts into positive ones, so we can live a life full of energy and hope. Number 5. Transform negative thoughts into positive ones. Do you know that famous physicians like Hippocrates, despite facing terrible diseases and countless challenges, still maintained optimism and continued to research and contribute to humanity? Their secret lies not only in their medical knowledge and skills, but also in their ability to turn negative thoughts into motivation for growth. Morgan believes that negative thinking is an inevitable part of life. We all have times when we feel sad, frustrated, or anxious. However, what matters is how we face and handle these thoughts. We can control our emotions by changing the way we perceive and evaluate problems. A typical example of converting negative thoughts into positive is the story of famous medical doctor Ignaz Semmelweis. He faced fierce opposition and criticism when he proposed the practice of hand-washing to reduce infections in hospitals. Even though he was despised and dismissed, Semmelweis did not give up. Instead of letting negative thoughts discourage him, he turned them into motivation to continue proving the value of his theory. As a result, he saved millions of lives and changed the entire field of medicine. Morgan wants to share with you a personal experience. There were times in Morgan's life when faced with challenges and failures that negative thoughts seemed to overwhelm everything. But instead of letting them control him, Morgan has learned to see them as opportunities for growth. Instead of asking yourself, "Why is this happening to me?" Morgan asked himself, "What is this teaching me? How can I improve and grow from this situation?" It was the change in thinking that helped Morgan overcome difficulties and become stronger. So, how to convert negative thoughts into positive? First, practice self-awareness. When you notice yourself having negative thoughts, stop and observe them objectively. Instead of letting them make you worried or sad, try to find the root cause and see them as an opportunity to learn. Morgan also recommends practicing changing your perspective. Every time you encounter difficulties, ask yourself, what positive thing can this bring me? Remember, every challenge brings valuable lessons if we know how to look at them. Epictetus once said, "Wise people do not lament the adversity they endure, but turn it into a valuable lesson." Finally, practice gratitude. Take time every day to write down the things you are grateful for, no matter how small. This will help you have a more positive outlook on life and reduce negative thoughts. What do you think about this topic? What negative thoughts have you had and how to turn them into positive ones? Please share your story in the comment section below. Morgan looks forward to receiving your opinions and learning more useful things together. By learning how to transform negative thoughts into positive ones, we not only find peace in our souls, but also create an optimistic and strong spirit. And the journey to becoming the best version of yourself doesn't stop there. A final important part of growth and happiness today lies in building meaningful relationships. The people around us are not only a source of encouragement, but also a mirror that reflects and helps us improve ourselves. Join Morgan in entering the final principle to better understand the power of love and sincere connection in life. Number 6. Build meaningful relationships. Billionaires like Warren Buffett or Bill Gates, despite owning huge assets, always appreciate the value of close and sincere relationships. Meaningful relationships not only bring joy and support during difficult times, but also help us grow and improve ourselves. Epictetus, a famous Stoic philosopher, once said, "None of us is complete without the others." This means that connection with those around you is an essential part of life. A good example of the importance of relationships is the story of Warren Buffett and Bill Gates. Even though they are both billionaires and have their own brilliant careers, they have built a lasting friendship and learned from each other. It is this connection that helps them not only develop at work, but also find joy and comfort in their personal lives. Morgan wanted to share a personal experience. There were times in life when Morgan felt lost and lonely. It was true friends who helped Morgan overcome those difficulties. Deep conversations, times sharing joy or sadness together make life more meaningful. From there, Morgan understood that the value of life lies not only in personal achievements, but also in the relationships we build. So, how to build meaningful relationships? First of all, practice sincerity and respect in every relationship. When you treat others with sincerity, you will receive trust and respect in return. Second, take time to listen and share. Sometimes listening to others can help you understand them better and also help them feel cared for and loved. Finally, remember, building meaningful relationships is a long process and requires patience. Don't be discouraged when you encounter difficulties in relationships. Remember that everyone has difficult times and needs patience and understanding. Morgan hopes that these shares will help you feel more confident and ready to build meaningful relationships in life. Have you ever had relationships that changed your life? Morgan is truly grateful to you for taking the time to explore with Morgan the 6 principles of Stoicism, principles that help us become strong and unaffected by life's difficulties. Through these shares, Morgan hopes that you have found peace and motivation to live a more positive life, With these principles, we will become invincible against all the challenges of life. Thank you for always accompanying and sharing your thoughts and stories. It is the connection and support from you that is a great source of encouragement that helps Morgan continue to inspire and spread positive values. Please continue to share your thoughts and stories in the comments section, because every story is a valuable lesson for all of us. Morgan is looking forward to the next conversations and hopes that you will always find joy and meaning in every day. If you find this video useful, please help Morgan press the like button, comment "Great," so YouTube will rate this video useful. Or you can share with friends and subscribe to Stoic Kingdom channel so you don't miss the next videos. In addition, you can watch other videos displayed at the end of this video. Thank you, and see you again in the following videos. Remember, with the Stoic spirit, nothing can affect you anymore.